Hello everyone. In today's video lecture, we are going to discuss about what is meant by crypto system. So a crypto system is an implementation of cryptographic techniques and their infrastructure to provide information security services. So this crypto system is also referred to as a cipher system. So let us discuss a simple model of this crypto system that provides the confidentiality to the information being transmitted. So this basic model is depicted in the illustration below diagram. So here this diagram shows a sender who wants to transmit some sensitive data to the receiver in such a way that here any party intercepting on the communication channel cannot extract the data. So this is the interceptor. Okay, so here the objective of this simple crypto system is that at the end of the process only the sender and the receiver will know the plain text. Okay, so here we can see at the sender side, sender wants to data plain text towards the receiver side. Okay, and there is a one middle person is there, that is interceptor. Okay, so here the objective of this simple crypto system is that at the end of the process here only the sender and the receiver will know the plain text. So let us see what are the different components of the crypto system. Okay, so here the various components of basic crypto systems are: the first is plain text. So as you can see, this plain text it is the data to be protected during transmission. Then the first block is there, that is encryption algorithm. So it is a mathematical process that produces a cipher text for any given plain text and encryption key. So it is a cryptographic algorithm that takes plain text and an encryption key as an input and produces a cipher text. Then after that, let us see cipher text. So it is the scrambled version of the plain text which is produced by the encryption algorithm using the specific encryption key. So this cipher text is not guarded, so it flows on public channel. So it can be intercepted or compromised by anyone who has access to the communication channel. Then second is the decryption algorithm. So it is again mathematical process that is used to produce a unique plain text for any given cipher text and decryption key. So as we can see here in the encryption algorithm, here it specifies the encryption key, and for the decryption algorithm here it provides the decryption key. So it is a cryptographic algorithm that takes the cipher text and a decryption key as an input, and output is a plain text. So the decryption algorithm essentially reverses the encryption algorithm, and thus it is closely related to it. Then let us see what is meant by encryption key. So it is a value that is known to the sender. So the sender inputs the encryption key into the encryption algorithm along with the plain text in order to compute the cipher text. Then at the receiver side there is a decryption key. Again it is a value that is known to the receiver. So the decryption key is related to the encryption key, but it is not always identical to it. So the receiver inputs the decryption key into the decryption algorithm along with the cipher text in order to compute the plain text. So here for a given crypto system, the collection of all possible decryption keys are called as key space. So here an interceptor, or we can say an attacker, is an unauthorized entity who attempts to determine the plain text. Okay, so here he can see the cipher text and may know the decryption algorithm. So he, however, must never know the decryption key. So again there are some types of crypto systems. So fundamentally there are two types of crypto systems which are based on the manner in which encryption and decryption is carried out. So the first type is symmetric key encryption and second is asymmetric key encryption. So the main difference between these crypto system is the relationship between the encryption and the decryption key. So logically in any crypto system both the keys are closely associated, but practically it is impossible to decrypt the cipher text with the key that is unrelated to the encryption key. So let us see first symmetric key encryption. So here the encryption process where same keys are used for encryption and decryption purpose. So here this is known as the symmetric key encryption. So the study of this symmetric crypto system is referred to as a symmetric cryptography. Symmetric crypto systems are also sometimes referred to as a secret key crypto systems. Okay, so here this symmetric cryptography is also called as secret key crypto system. So here a few well-known example of this symmetric key encryption method is digital encryption standard, that is DES, or we can say 3DS or IDEA, or we can say Blowfish. So these are the some examples of symmetric key encryption. Okay, so here we can see the all crypto systems employed a symmetric key encryption. Even today its relevance is very high, and it is being used extensively in many crypto systems. So it is very unlikely that this encryption will fade away. So as it has certain advantages over asymmetric key encryption. So there are some silent features of this crypto system which are based on symmetric key encryption. So they are the first feature is here using this symmetric key encryption. Here the person which is using this symmetric key encryption must share a common key prior to the exchange of information. Second feature is that here the keys are recommended to be changed regularly to prevent any attack on the system. Third is this is the robust mechanism needs to exist to exchange the key between the communicating parties. So here as these keys are required to be changed regularly, so this mechanism becomes expensive and cumbersome. So here in a group of n people to enable two-party communication between any two persons, so here the number of keys required for a group is n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So where here n is nothing but this is a group of n people. Then the length of key, that is number of bits, in this encryption is smaller, and hence the process of decryption is faster than the asymmetric key encryption. Why? Because here the length of key, or we can say the number of bits in this encryption is smaller. Then the last feature is the processing power of computer system required to run symmetric algorithm is less as compared to the asymmetric computer system. Okay, so here these are some silent features regarding with the symmetric key encryption. Okay, so again after that let us see what are the challenge of symmetric key crypto system. Okay, so there are two restrictive challenges of employing symmetric key cryptography. The first is key establishment and second is trust issue. Key establishment means what here? Before any communication, both the sender and the receiver need to agree on a secret symmetric key. So it required a secure key establishment mechanism in place. Then second is trust issue. So here since the sender and the receiver use the same symmetric key, there is an implicit requirement that the sender and the receiver trust each other. This is very important point. So for example, it may happen that the receiver has lost the key to an attacker and the sender is not informed. Okay, so these two challenges are highly restraining for modern day communication. So today people need to exchange information with non-familiar and non-trusted parties. For example, a communication between online seller and customer. So these limitations of symmetric key encryption gave rise to asymmetric key encryption schemes. Okay, so let us see second type, that is asymmetric key encryption. So here what happened? Here the encryption process where different keys are used for encrypting and decrypting the information, which is known as asymmetric key encryption. So though here the keys are different, they are mathematically related, and hence retrieving the plain text by decrypting cipher text is feasible. So this process we can see in this diagram. So this asymmetric key encryption was invented in the 20th century to come over the necessity of pre-shared secret key between communicating persons. So the silent features of the encryption schemes are, the first is here every user in the system needs to have a pair of dissimilar keys. Okay, so the first is private key and is public key, second is public key. So these keys are mathematically related. So when one key is used for encryption, then the other can decrypt the ciphertext back to the original plaintext. So basically it requires to put the public key in public repository and the private key as well as guarded secret. Okay, so hence this scheme of encryption is also called as public key encryption. Okay, so here though public and private keys of the users are related, so it is computationally not feasible to find one from another. So this is the strength of this scheme. Next point is here when host 1 needs to send data towards the host 2, then he obtained the public key of host 2 from repository, encrypt the data and transmit. Okay, then host 2 uses his private key to extract the plaintext. Okay, so here we can see the host 1 and host 2 is there in the diagram. So the length of keys or the number of bits in this encryption is very large as compared to the symmetric key algorithm. So hence the process of encryption decryption is slower than the symmetric key encryption. Then here the processing power of computer system required to run this asymmetric algorithm is high. Okay, so this symmetric crypto systems are a natural concept, and in contrast this public key crypto systems are quite difficult to compare. Okay, so here you may think how can the encryption key and the decryption key are related. So and yet it is impossible to determine the decryption key from the encryption key. So the answer lies in the mathematical concept. So it is possible to design a crypto system whose keys have this property. So the concept of public key cryptography is relatively new. So there are fewer public key algorithms known than the symmetric algorithms. Then let us see what are the challenges of public key crypto systems. So these public key crypto systems have one significant challenge, that is here the user need to trust that the public key that he is using in communication with a person really is the public key of that person and has not been spoofed by a malicious third party. So this is usually accomplished through the public key infrastructure that is PKI, which will consisting a trusted third party. So this third party securely manages and attests to the authenticity of public keys. When the third party is requested to provide the public key for any communicating person X, then they are trusted to provide the correct public key. So basically this the third party satisfies itself about user identity by the process of attestation, then notarization or some other process that X is the one and only or globally unique X. So the most common method of making the verified public keys available is to embed them in a certificate which is digitally signed by the trusted third party. Okay, so these are some challenges of the public key crypto system. Then next point we are going to study here the relation between encryption schemes. So the summary of this basic key properties of two types of crypto system is given below. The first is encryption key for the symmetric crypto system and second is public key crypto system. So the first point is relation between keys. So for symmetric crypto systems, here the both keys are same, but for a public key crypto systems, here both keys are different but mathematically related. Then for an encryption key for the symmetric crypto system is symmetric, and for public key crypto system they are public. Then again for a decryption key for symmetric crypto system they are symmetric, and the decryption key for public key crypto system is private. So due to the advantages and disadvantages of both the systems, symmetric key and public key crypto systems are used together in the practical information security systems. Then let us see the Kirchhoff principle of crypto system. So here in the 19th century, a Dutch cryptographer Kirchhoff furnished the requirement of a good crypto system. So he stated that the cryptographic system should be secure even if everything about the system except the key is public knowledge. So the 6 design principles defined by Kirchhoff for a crypto systems are: the first point is the crypto system should be unbreakable practically if not mathematically. Then second statement is falling of the crypto system in the hands of an intruder should not lead to any compromise of the system which will preventing any inconvenience to the user. Then third point is that the key should be easily communicable, memorable and changeable. Then fourth is the ciphertext should be transmissible by telegraph and unsecure channel. Then fifth is the encryption apparatus and documents should be portable and operable by a single person. And last, finally, it is necessary that the system be easy to use, requiring neither mental strain nor the knowledge of long series of rules to observe. Okay, so here the second rule is currently known as Kirchhoff principle. That is, it is applied in virtually all the contemporary encryption algorithms such as DES or AES, etc. So these public algorithms are considered to be thoroughly secure. So the security of the encrypted message depends solely on the security of the secret encryption key. So keeping the algorithm secret may act as a significant barrier to the crypto analysis. However, keeping the algorithm secret is possible only when they are used in the strictly limited circle. So in the modern era, this cryptography needs to cater to users who are connected to the internet. In such cases, using this secret algorithm is not feasible. So hence Kirchhoff principle become essential guidelines for designing algorithms in modern cryptography. Okay. So this is all about the crypto system. Okay, so in today's lecture we have studied what is meant by crypto system. Then we have seen what are the components of crypto system. In that we have studied the plain text encryption algorithm, then ciphertext decryption algorithm. Then after that we have studied what is meant by encryption key, what is meant by decryption key. Then after that we have studied there are two types of crypto system. The first is symmetric key encryption and second is asymmetric key encryption. In symmetric key encryption, here it is the encryption process where same keys are used for encryption as well as for the decryption purpose. And for the second type, that is asymmetric key encryption is there. In that here the different keys are used for encryption and decryption purpose. Okay. Then after that we have seen the relation between encryption schemes for symmetric crypto system and for public key crypto systems. And in last we have studied the Kirchhoff's principle. So this is all about our today's session. I hope you will like and enjoy. अगर आपके कुछ डाउट या सजेशंस होते हैं तो आप हमें नीचे कमेंट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं. So we will stop here with motivational quote. Today's motivational quote for you is, don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. Thank you for watching my videos. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.